All right, man. All right, man. We got to get into it, man. Stephanie White absolutely got dominated and outcoached by Golden State Valkyries' Natalie Nakase. This was an embarrassing performance from Stephanie White and her entire staff. And I'm going to go through the film and show you the critical mistake they made and how they just let Veronica Burton have her way. This is a terrible coaching decision by...
That was Stephanie White, the head coach of the Indiana Fever. And what she just allowed to happen on that basketball court is an absolute disgrace. Stephanie White made a deliberate choice to leave her players stranded on an island with zero help, and it cost them the entire game. She let Caitlin Clark and the rest of this roster get humiliated by the Golden State Valkyries, and she just stood there on the sideline with her arms crossed. No adjustments, no backup, just watching her generational star get hung out to dry.
Stephanie White, a true embarrassment of a head coach. This was a debacle. This was a debacle, man. I cannot believe she sat back and watched this same thing happen over and over and over and over and over and over again. But this is what you have as your head coach. This is the person you have in charge of Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, and it is just an atrocity, man. This lady's a scrub. She needs to be fired. She needs to be fired immediately.
If you watched that and thought, that's not right, you are exactly right. Every veteran in this league saw the same thing. You do not leave your players exposed like that. Stephanie White actively refused to send help defenders. She set this team up to fail, plain and simple. We are talking about professional basketball here, and the Fever looked like they were running a YMCA pickup scheme. The locker room is exhausted. The fans are sick of it. And frankly, this level of incompetence is exactly why ticket sales in Indianapolis are going to start taking a hit if something doesn't change right now.
We got Veronica Burton at the top of the key with the ball in her hands. We have Kelsey Mitchell defending her. Monique Billings is defending the screener. Now, what needs to happen is Kelsey Mitchell needs to press up on the ball, go over the top of the ball screen, and force Kia Stokes to catch the ball in a short roll and become a playmaker. Make her make decisions with a live dribble and the ball in her hands. But what did the Indiana Fever do? Stephanie White made the decision, hey, we're going to switch Monique Billings on to Veronica Burton, and we're...
Don't take my word for it. Look at the absolute mess on the court. Stephanie White decided it was a good idea to put her biggest, slowest players against the quickest guards on the opposing team. Time and time again, it is basketball suicide. You don't need 50 years of watching basketball to know that when a small, fast guard isolates your center at the top of the key, it is going to end badly. But Stephanie White, she doubles down. She lets it happen. And what comes next is the moment that broke this whole thing wide open.
We got Veronica Burton at the top of the key, one-on-one with Caitlin Clark. We know Caitlin Clark's not the greatest defender, and that's fine. You have to supplement that. Bring help. You blitzed Veronica Burton one time all game and it worked, and you never did it again. Now count the amount of dribbles she's going to allow Veronica Burton to go one-on-one versus Caitlin Clark. No help, nothing. Pay attention.
The first meeting last Friday, 90-82.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Make no mistake. When a head coach sits back and watches her franchise player get isolated and torched 9 dribbles in a row without making a single adjustment, that is a fireable offense. 9 dribbles. In professional basketball, you get maybe 3 dribbles before the defense swarms you. But Stephanie White left Caitlin Clark on an island. No help, no backup, nothing. She set Caitlin up to look like a defensive liability on national television. It is unacceptable, it is classless, and it proves exactly what we've been saying about this coaching staff all along.
Out here, we got Aliyah Boston guarding the ball handler. She's going to do a DHO dribble handoff screen action. Okay, you got Gabby Williams coming off. Kelsey Mitchell should be pressing up on Gabby Williams as she goes to get this ball and fighting over the top. Instead, they're going to be a miscommunication. They're going to switch. You're going to see Gabby Williams one-on-one versus a center, Aliyah Boston. Kelsey Mitchell, why are you going under? Why go over the top of the screen? Go over.
Watch that again. That is the answer to everything the doubters said all season. When you refuse to protect your players, they get demoralized. Aliyah Boston, an absolute powerhouse, reduced to chasing a quick guard around the perimeter because her coach doesn't understand basic matchups. It is an embarrassment to the Indiana Fever organization. Every single time they tried this broken strategy, Golden State punished them for it. And the worst part, Stephanie White saw it fail last week, and she brought the exact same garbage game plan tonight. But listen closely, because the real story isn't just what happened tonight. It's what this means for everything coming next.
Caitlin Clark is getting screened. They are going to switch it. For one, Caitlin Clark is going over the top of the screen, which means you can't go over the top of the screen and switch. It's going to be an easy layup for the roll man. You can't go over and switch. Sophie Cunningham should be getting closer to boxes and elbows. She should be getting closer to the box in help position with the roller. Caitlin Clark should be going over and staying with the ball handler. Caitlin Clark's going to go over the screen. Aliyah Boston's going to switch, and it's going to be an easy layup.
This isn't the first time the WNBA establishment tried to hang a generational talent out to dry. Back in 1997, Cynthia Cooper had to deal with the same kind of disrespect. Back in 2008, Candace Parker was treated the exact same way during her rookie year. The pattern is clear. When a player threatens the existing power structure, the league closes ranks. We saw it then, we are seeing it right now with Caitlin Clark. And let's look at this from 3 different angles. First, the front office angle. This kind of coaching hurts your franchise value. You do not treat a $50 million asset like an afterthought. Second, the locker room angle. This divides the team. You can't expect players to trust a coach who won't protect them on the floor. Third, the fan angle. This is exactly why folks are getting fed up and turning off the TV. Same problem. 3 layers of damage.
All right, we already got a switch. Bottom of the screen on the sideline. You got Aliyah Boston switched onto Gabby Williams. No help's gonna come. Gabby Williams is gonna get to play one-on-one versus a center once again. No help, nobody
Gabby
around.
Williams pulls up from the paint.
Many of you in the comments have been saying exactly this for weeks. You were right. The fans saw what the media absolutely refused to acknowledge. You called Stephanie White out before anyone else did. You called the Fever front office out. You saw the broken systems, the lack of support, the sheer disrespect for Caitlin Clark. And tonight, every single one of you got proven right one more time. Now, what does this mean going forward? 3 things. Number 1, every player on this roster is now watching how Stephanie White treats Clark, and they are taking notes. Number 2, every free agent considering this team in 2027 just got their answer. Why go to Indiana to get hung out to dry? Number 3, Clark's representation is watching this very closely. And here's the one thing nobody is talking about. The biggest consequence of all is still coming.
This is what you gave them all night. This is what you gave them all night, Stephanie White. That's just a few of them. You gave that to them all night. You allowed Veronica Burton to get 9 and 10 dribbles in one-on-one basketball. You allowed her to pick on switches and go against bigs all night one-on-one. You allowed Gabby Williams to play one-on-one versus Aliyah Boston. You switched everything, giving up layups to roll men. It is ridiculous. Stephanie White is a joke. This defense was a joke. The fact that you saw this did not work the first time when you played them last week, and you rolled the balls out there and you did the same goddamn thing.
I'll say it again. When a coach refuses to protect her generational star and repeatedly runs a broken scheme, she isn't just losing games, she is losing the locker room. Stephanie White failed Caitlin Clark, she failed Aliyah Boston, and she failed the city of Indiana. So I want to hear from you right now. Get down in the comments and let me know. Does Stephanie White need to be fired before the end of the week? Or is the Indiana Fever front office too stubborn to admit they made a mistake? Type fire her if you think she needs to go, or front office if you think the blame goes higher up. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. This is Baskley, and we'll see you in the next one.